Okay, so very quickly I'm going to explain what is the blockchain and how it works. And this is really important to understand if you want to become a Solidity security expert, which is why what I'm trying to do on this channel. So there are no timestamps in this video because we're only going to learn about blockchain. So let's get started. So basically this is the blockchain. It's a network. It's a decentralized network. So let's get down to the underlying thing. What is a network, first of all? A network are just computers, as you can see, and the blockchain is a network which has computers all over the world. And a network is just computers talking to each other. That's what a network is. And why do we say that the blockchain is decentralized? Well, because let's say if you use Google for example, and you make your Google account and you store some documents on Google Drive, Google has only one computer, I think in the USA, and it's very centralized. If they want to delete your files, they can. But in the blockchain is decentralized, which means your data is stored on all of these computers, and later you're going to see how it's stored. So the data can't really be deleted. And this is the first thing about blockchains. They're decentralized, they're public because every computer or a lot of these computers, all of them throughout the world, have all the data on the blockchain. And it's public, you can go ahead and see it. And later we will see actually how the blockchain looks. And the blockchain, each of these computers, basically you can think of the blockchain as just a file for now. Blockchain is basically just a database. And to simplify this, and I'm just oversimplifying things so everything makes sense. To simplify things, the blockchain is just basically a file. Let's say this is the blockchain. It has only 3 entries or transactions, as we call them in the blockchain. But you can imagine this is a lot more. I think the entire blockchain has many terabytes of storage. It's really big. So this database, each computer on this network, decentralized network, has a copy of this file. And what does this file or the blockchain file database has? Well, it only has transactions entries in it. So it has addresses, and on these addresses you can basically store money. Let's say you store Bitcoin, and what in this file the only thing that's written is transactions, and by basically sending money from this address. As you can see, we've sent money from this address to this address. We've sent 10 bitcoins, and now this balance of A has 19 bitcoins. And how do you know that really this address had 100 bitcoins, so it can give 10 bitcoins to this address? Well, that's when this decentralized part comes to play. As we said, all of these computers have a copy of this file, which means you can't lie the system, the file, because if you have one computer on the network and there are many computers, so to lie the network you just have to have more than 51% of the network, and then you can probably make an attack, but it's very hard. So if you have one computer here, and let's say you want to add an transaction and spend some money you don't have, all of these other computers already have a copy of this file, so you can't really lie the network. Of course, this is all public and decentralized, which means if you want to add a transaction in this file, like so, if you want to add an entry in this database, you do what is called make a transaction on the blockchain. And after you make a transaction, your transaction has to be accepted or verified by all of these computers on the network. So we already said that the blockchain database is just a file. Think of it as an Excel file, but it's more of like a ledger, just like so. That's where the blockchain name comes from. It's a chain of blocks, as you can see here, and in each block you have transactions. These transactions I was talking about previously. Also, each block refers to the previous block, and it's very hard to change. Actually, it's impossible to change the data inside of these blocks. So let's see now where you can find, let's say you want to see the Ethereum blockchain. There are many blockchains like the Bitcoin blockchain, Solana, you have Ethereum, BNB, or the Binance Smart Chain. There's this thing called a blockchain explorer, and for the Ethereum blockchain you have etherscan.io, and this blockchain explorer, what it does, it just tells us all the blocks on the blockchain. It basically connects under the hood with the blockchain and just publishes all the data on this website. So as you can see, 22 seconds ago this block was minted, and it's the 13,041,869 block. And if I open this in a new tab, let's see what happens. And I'm not going to go more in depth, but this is only one block, and if you visualize this here, let's say this is the block we're looking at, and this points to the previous block, etc. And in this block it just says things like the person that mined the block, basically who created this block, and so on.